Hey, good morning, guys. It's Donald and Mary, and we're here to bring you your morning weather, water, and trail chatter report. And so Mary's going to start with the water and weather, and after, we'll see what's going on around the world with hiker news. All right, Mary, go ahead and take it away, man.
All right, thank you, Donald.
You're welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Right now in Blairsville, it is cloudy and 66 degrees. We're looking at a high of 75 today with a slight chance of a rain shower. And then tonight, 55 degrees, some clouds. Winds will be light and variable tonight and 5 to 10 miles per hour today. Blood Mountain, a high of 69, dropping to 64 later on this afternoon. Mostly sunny with 5 to 10 mile per hour winds and 20 mile per hour gusts. And then tonight, 55 degrees, partly cloudy, 5 to 10 mile per hour winds. Water's good on the trail. You do need to top off at Hawk Mountain Shelter. You have 6 more miles until you reach Justice Creek hiking north where you can get water. Also, Slaughter Creek, which is just before you climb Blood Mountain. Speaking with riders I picked up yesterday and brought back to Springer, they said it's a very small trickle, but you can get water if you take your time and are patient. So that's starting to get really down there. So let's remember, you can still get water there. He did fill up his bottle. He just had to have time. So top off, and then top off at Neal Gap. Neal to Hogpen is dry, and then Hogpen Gap does have water. And then pretty much the rest of the way of Georgia, all the way through Fontana Dam, is pretty decent with water. Get water while the opportunity presents itself, though. That way you always have enough. Snakes. It's that time of year for snakes. They're out in the sunshine. They're across the trail, rocks and boulders and stumps. Let's just be cautious. The Copperhead nest up on Cow Rock in that group of boulders. It's 5 miles north of Neal Gap. And rattlesnakes, too. So be careful there. Stay off the boulders. So road conditions up in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. Of course, we have US 441 Newfound Gap Road that is still closed on the Tennessee side from Sugarlands to Newfound Gap. They are projecting the reopen date as September 30th or sooner. Let's hope it opens up sooner. That would be awesome. And then it's open on the North Carolina side all the way from Cherokee through Newfound Gap. No problems there. And then, of course, the Bears up in the Smokies. All the trails are open. Kephart Prong and Icewater Spring shelters are closed. Campsites 23, 96, 49, 83, and 84 are closed. And then the bear warnings: Charlie's Bunyan, Trillium Gap Trail, Ramsey Cascades, Bradley Fork, Dry Sluice Gap, Kephart Prong Trail, Campsite 113, and the Russell Field Shelter. They all have bear warnings. And let's remember to leave no trace wherever we are. Let's properly hang or store our food, however you're able to, in a on a cable, in a bear vault, or if you have to, put it up in a tree. Let's remove of our trash, take everything out that we brought in with us. Leave no trace always. That way it's clean and safe for everyone. All right, Donald, I'm going to turn it over to you now, and we have some stuff going on out here.
Sweet, thank you, my friend.
You're welcome.
All right, let's start with a rescue in the Black Hills Hot Springs, South Dakota. First responders rescued to a man over the weekend who had taken a long fall from a mountain in the southern Black Hills. It happened Saturday afternoon when the man fell 30 feet at the top of Battle Mountain, a popular hiking area near Hot Springs. The fire department says the man was able to crawl back up the hill to the parking area. That's where first responders assessed the patient and placed him onto a UTV to take him down the mountain to an ambulance. The man had minor injuries. Mountain biker rescued from Franklin Mountains, El Paso, Texas. El Paso Fire Department responded to a call just after 11:22 a.m. Saturday morning over reports of a person calling for help at the trails of the Mammoth Trunk Trail in the Franklin Mountain State Park. When SAR arrived on the scene, they stated they could hear a person in distress near the Buggiano Road. Near the water tower, crews made their way up the mountain and located the patient. A male mountain biker was loaded into the helicopter and transported to the hospital. He happened to have an arm and leg injuries. All right, in Kailua, Hawaii, a man suffered multiple critical injuries after falling 150 feet while hiking the Pali Notches Trail on Saturday. While hiking to the trail in Kailua area, a 24-year-old man was holding onto a rope which snapped, leading him to fall 150 feet. The Honolulu Fire Department received a call at 4:35 p.m. about an injured hiker off the Pali Notches Trail. Firefighters reached him by air at 5:13 p.m. and provided him with basic life support. HFD safely airlifted him out of the trail to a landing zone where Honolulu Emergency Medical Services was waiting to take over medical care. The injured hiker arrived at the landing zone and EMS was able to take over the medical care at 5:50 p.m. and he was treated for multiple injuries. In an ambulance on the way to the hospital, they continued to treat him as he remained in critical condition. No further information is available at this time. All right, and so that's about it for news today, guys. I don't see a whole lot going on. What did we have going on yesterday? Poof, we got busy yesterday, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
I can't remember exactly.
Well, I was down to Springer
we
several
had
times.
yeah.
And Jordan went to the airport, and then he was up and around here, different areas. He went to Cooper Gap last night. I think he did a Unicoi. No, what was it? Neil Gap to Hog Pen.
That's right.
So yeah.
Well, those were people that we actually dropped off.
Yeah.
Was it Woody the other
I
day?
believe it was Woody. Pickup at Hog Pen went to Woody, and they were just finished by the time they got to Neil Gap. They wanted to go back to their car.
Yeah, all right, dude. Yeah.
That's a good haul.
It is actually. It's 12 miles. So,
That's a good haul.
and for I don't know if they were first timers out here, man, but we also got some really hardcore rain up here, man. I don't blame them for not wanting to hike in the rain of that last 7 miles or whatever. So yeah, that's right. And then I had numerous calls yesterday, man. Lots of calls for on-demand stuff. I had a guy that called for cigarettes. You know that guy there, and so he ended up hitchhiking down to the store, and then he wanted to go into town to get some CBD gummies or something, and it just turned into a huge mess, man. And I just, I was like, I gave him some other numbers. We couldn't help him.
Well, we
anyways,
couldn't because we had to run over and then run over. So
yeah, and then that last, I think it was a Neil back to Cooper.
That's what
I think
it was.
the very last call. I think Craig called from Mountain Crossings is what it was. Yeah. So we ended up sending him out, Jordan back out. He was coming back after he thought it was his last ride, but he ended up heading over to Neil Gap and getting these guys over to Cooper and then making his way back here. But I was already in bed. 2 a.m. comes early, guys.
Biscuit comes early.
Right, man. Yeah, definitely, dude. So, but anyways, yeah. So yesterday was a really busy day, and then some of the shuttles that were for today actually we picked up yesterday.
Yep.
They were just done with the trail and ready to go back to their vehicle or wherever their hotel, whatever it is, man. They wanted to get off trail, so we ended up pulling people off trail yesterday. But today, it's a slower day. Jordan's gonna be back in Atlanta again, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah,
He
we're actually picking the guy up that we picked him up at the Atlanta airport, brought him to Cleveland, Clarksville. Yeah. Picked him up in Clarksville the other day. Brought him up to Springer Mountain. He hiked out, and now we're picking him up at, is it Unicoi Gap?
Yeah,
is he
Unicoi Gap. Okay. When I messaged him last night, he said he was spending the night up at the shelter, so he'd be there ready when Jordan got there.
Sweet. Maybe we'll have some stories because there were bear there the other day. So there were bear spottings over by Unicoi Gap. Be aware of that, guys. There were two of them. So, all right. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right, guys. Give us a few days more on the segment for the car at Amicalola. We're definitely going to do a video on it. So just give us a few days to get things good, man, or to have enough time to actually put it together. It takes a couple days.
That's right.
All right, kids, man. Thank you so much. If anyone needs anything at all, we're here for you, man. One love. Peace. Thanks.